This
He
is
starts it.
sports stuff, betting stuff.
Ka-chow. It's a ka-chow week.
Alex is kachowing. Are you like playing slots live on your phone right there,
Right? Like,
Alex?
what is he doing?
Well, I didn't know you were gonna hit the go button. I was looking at something, and then we started talking. So I finished looking at what I was looking at, and now I'm good.
This is sports stuff, betting stuff, the number one sports betting podcast coming out of the sports stuff with Jim and Muff Enterprise. I'm your host, the original degenerate Muff. Howdy,
I'm off.
folks.
Hey,
Howdy,
Muff.
folks. Joining alongside the Ohio Homer, the Ohio degenerate, in the capo of the Midwest Crack House, Jim.
I have the Crack House hoodie on. I'm super pumped.
Hi, Jim.
Hello, friends.
Also, as alluded to, we have the medical degenerate, another part of the original degenerate crew, Alex.
That's me.
And rejoining the show from last week, our
FanDuel.
FanDuel.
FanDuel degenerate and guest, Richie.
Hi, Richie.
Going on, folks?
Hey, Richie.
Hey, Richie. This is going to be if the pre-show talk is any indicator of how this is going to be today, contentious, potentially a bit emotional,
Maybe.
and definitely getting the explicit rating.
Okay. Yeah.
So F-bombs dropped off air.
I, I think Jim chose violence today
Jim
or
did wake
tonight.
up and choose violence today, everyone,
Yeah,
just so you
yeah.
know.
It's the
Like,
holiday season.
I like to be
Die
objective
hard.
here, and Muff came at him very softly, and Jim ramped it up.
I did. And I stepped back. I apologized.
You
Mike
did
Tyson
admit.
in his prime.
I
Did
don't
you
think you
apologize or did you step
apologized.
back?
I think you did step back and admit that you did that.
I like to
We're
think the step back was the apology.
using your physical and emotional cues, not your
Yeah.
words.
It also might be because Jim's got a game going on right now, and he wasn't covering, and now he's covering. So maybe that was
Well,
part of it.
Wow, we
but we're
were.
starting to see them just march on it, though.
Mm.
Dang.
Who's marching right now, Jim? What's our live look in? Who's marching?
Western Kentucky is just
Who?
The
marching on James Madison. The
Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers.
Wouldn't it be just absolutely fitting if the Hilltoppers are the ones that make you upset today?
You know what else is driving me nuts?
What?
My
What's
wife
really
is
grinding your gears, Jim?
my wife is linked to the Apple TV, and apparently she can't type for shit because every time she keeps hitting the keyboard, I get the notification that she's using the keyboard. She keeps blocking my damn screen. It's like a
Why?
notification, Apple keyboard, Apple keyboard.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous.
Tell her she needs to hold off for like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Quit.
just quit typing. Like, use the remote that says, Dora the Explorer and just keep moving.
Clickety clack, clickety clack. Get out of here. All right, before we get into this week, let's introduce any new listeners to our tokens, our totems, our items of good luck. Let's start with Alex.
My item worked well last week. It warmed me up, but in pure holiday spirit, I have decided to have a lucky cup today because I hope I don't
There you
have to
go. There you
say,
go.
"Oh fudge."
Did
Oh,
you ever watch the second Christmas
Yeah,
Story?
I did. I
Was it
actually
good?
enjoyed it. Yeah,
All right.
it was
Which is
entertaining.
funny because you typically don't watch movies.
No, I'm a big Christmas movie guy though.
Oh, okay.
favorite Christmas movie is?
Probably Christmas Story for the nostalgia of it. Like my family is into watching it. But Christmas Vacation is probably the funniest.
Did something good just happened, Jim?
They just missed
Ball
on
game.
fourth down.
Ball
Ball
game.
game.
Okay.
Unless they fumble on a
You are
taking
you
it.
are a friend of Muff's, huh?
Could happen. It's
All
always
right,
that
Jim,
0.1%.
yeah, still a chance. What's your item of good luck, Jim?
The Ohio State hat with the state of Ohio flag on the bill. Get a lot of compliments on this hat.
Where else do you wear it?
So for a long time I was only wearing it on the show, but I wear it out on Saturdays to like breakfast.
Breakfast.
To Denny's?
Scramblers, because I'm in Columbus. Denny's has not made its way into Columbus.
Was that a problem for you
It
initially?
was, it was, yeah. On my anniversary, on the 15th, Jordan, if you're listening, uh,
The day after the ceremony.
the day after the ceremony, um, that I have to go to like Newark,
You have to make a
outside
drive.
of Columbus, to get to a Denny's.
All right. It's a good story, Richie. One day you'll hear this, and
Yeah,
it's a
I'll tell
fun
you
one.
after the show.
It's a fun one. And my item of good luck is my W conductor's cap. Hop aboard the Rich Rod train. Choo choo.
You gotta do it.
We got to do it. Richie, do you have a item of good luck today?
Listen, I don't think I've ever brought this up really to anybody. Okay.
Uh-oh,
Let me see
uh-oh.
this. Okay. I'll give you real quick backstory on this. This beer, not been opened, at a party, North Carolina. I was 16 years old. That bottle rolled underneath my bed. It was the only thing that was never found by my parents, thank God. And so I kept it, and it has traveled with me from North Carolina all the way to Florida. And that beer is 23 years old, never been opened. So, how bad do you think this thing smells if I were to open this
I think
bottle
it's
up?
Corona.
I'm
So
shocked that that the journey and like the travels
Yeah.
that it's made.
I've probably been betting about the same length of time that this beer's been capped. So,
is that
so
your
it is always my good luck charm.
That is awesome.
emergency beer?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably past that now, right?
That might be
How desperate are
that
you?
might be the reason for the emergency.
We call that the apocalypse beer.
Correct.
Jim, do you have any bottles that have made that long of travels with you?
Yes, I have a bottle of vodka that is from when I was seven, 17 that has made that journey with me. It's a Jimi Hendrix bottle of vodka that I have.
Opened?
Not opened.
Okay, not open.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't. I drink mine.
Yes, we know that Busch Light has no sentimental value to you.
Yeah, no.
I do collect the cans though, but I drink them first and then put them in my kitchen.
There we go. How this is going to work, we're going to go over last week's best bets, get into this week's NFL and college football slate, run you through this week's best bets, our specialty picks, etc., so forth. We've already talked about our exclusive betting app, FanDuel.
FanDuel.
And ooh,
Unfortunately, nobody from FanDuel reached out to us this week. One day,
One day.
one day.
I'm also not fired, so that's
technically
good.
not true.
It's good for you. I agree.
Paperwork takes time though.
To be fair, Alex, I reached out. Richie did not reach out to me.
Ah,
It would be cool, like, if FanDuel ever reached out and was like, hey, stop talking about us. I'd be okay with that.
just the fact that we were noticed
Yeah.
by someone other than Beanbag Bop guy.
Or Lizzo.
Lizzo's canceled on the show.
But she did reach out somehow and got us.
I mean, yes, the platform in which the episodes were posted reached out to us to tell us that we weren't allowed to have Lizzo songs.
Lizzo got us via
Lizzo
YouTube.
personally was listening and offended.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good thing she
That-
didn't listen to the episode after that happened.
It's because we're fat.
Well, Jim went there. Okay, last week's recap.
I was just saying the gym is bananas. That's the only reason I said that word.
Oh, it's gonna be a day. All right, last week's recap. We still have some games in flux. One that just resolved itself, and one that is happening pretty much as we record. It's starting as we record, so we don't have full records, but we can give you where we are going into Wednesday night, which is when we're recording. So far, atop the leaderboard for this week is Alex with current record of 4-1. Take us
About
through.
time. It's about time I had a good week. So
Is it about damn time?
honestly, so South Alabama, we talked about it on the last show. That's my only loss. And it was by half point because South Alabama, some of their best players opted out. But that was my only loss. Other than that, I won the Rams +3 at the 49ers, the Chiefs -4.5 at the Browns, the Broncos -3.5 versus the Colts, and the Bills Lions crushed the over of 54.5.
How'd you
And
stay out of that Chargers mess?
I just did. And then UNLV +1.5 tonight versus California. Game starting about right now.
Damn.
I think with that last one, Jim, I think you jump me to talk about the next spot. So next we're gonna go with Jim, who is 4-2 with one game left.
I too lost the South Alabama game that I was very confident on, but those late exits pissed me off. So I lost that, and then my other loss, I lost, as I stated, the Chargers game because the Bucks destroyed the Chargers. Jimmy Harbaugh has not won against winning record teams. I think he's 1-5. I heard. I think that's what I said on the last show. But I won tonight. James Madison 8.5 over Western Kentucky. Texans,
Hilltoppers.
the Hilltoppers. Uh, Texans -2.5 over the Dolphins, and the Broncos -3.5 over the Colts, and the over hit bigly in the Bills Lions game.
Bigly it did.
Bigly. And then I also have the over tonight in the Cal UNLV game.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh not a winning record against NFL teams with a winning record, but very good
Muff.
record against Ohio
Muff.
State.
See what I mean, Alex? You see what I
No,
mean?
Jim, you brought this smoke. You started this smoke.
I maybe it was preemptive. Maybe I knew he was coming.
I match energy. I'll just say that.
I took a step back, you dick.
See, there you go. Coming up to
Now
my
a
level
step
now.
forward, it sounds like.
Yep. Now
Yeah.
we've
Yeah.
one step back, three steps forward. Here we go.
Yep.
All right, Richie, you were 3-1 for the week. No games left. Take us through your slate.
Yeah, I had Rams at 49ers +3. That was an absolute barn burner. Um, Broncos, to be fair, last week when I picked that, I did not realize it was a Thursday night game. So I'm not sure you guys should be listening to me, but it was 3-1. Broncos -3.5. That game was not looking great for the Broncos for the first half, and then they absolutely crushed it second half. I was also on the Chargers, so won't be going back to the Harbaugh situation. And I had the Packers -2.5. I think that was last night or on Monday night. Absolutely crushed the Seahawks. So there we are.
All right, I am currently 3-3 for the week. South Alabama got me as well. I also lost the Cowboys Panthers under 42.5. That was absolutely stupid how some of that happened throughout that game, but nonetheless, it went over. I lose. I also had the wrong side of the Chargers game as the Bucks dominated. My wins for the week were the Texans to cover 2.5 hosting the Dolphins, Broncos cover 3.5 hosting the Colts, and as Jim said, the Bills lines over, which won bigly. Um, Almost each of those teams hit that over by themselves.
Yeah. That happened.
Which brings us into our special pick, starting with the Mike Allstott hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, 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 pow.
It's a winner as we took the Broncos to cover 3.5, hosting the Colts, bringing the hit stick pick to 9-7 for the year. In the Midwest Mobster Risky Pick of the Week,
Get out of here.
we win!
Yay.
We win, and we did not realize this whenever we put this forward to win, but we took the Rams money line at the 49ers in Thursday Night Football, something we said we were not going to do anymore, but
Breaking the curse.
hopefully. I don't know if that means we should just continue to go that well, but
Ban has been lifted.
if we really feel strongly about it, I think we're okay to go back there.
But
I'm going to.
I think the issue is that, or at least from my standpoint, I didn't even realize it was on Thursday. So maybe that's part of the
Could be it.
issue as well.
Maybe our
I thought it was Sunday. I thought it was Sunday.
Ignorance is bliss. And in the Sell the Nutting Team Bob parlay,
Oh,
I feel like that's gonna. Did we decide on a? Oh no, never mind.
we call it the buddy part. We're gonna change it.
No, that's Yeah, you're
It's
right.
next
I think
year.
it was new name.
Next year.
Next year it's the buddy lay.
The buddy lay. Which I don't know what we're gonna do for a sound effect, Alec. So get to the
And we have
workshop.
to start thinking about it.
My buddy.
My buddy. Mm-mm.
All right. We won three of the five legs. We had the Broncos to cover at the hit stick pick. We had the Bills lines over and the Texans to cover. The Chargers to cover did not hit. I believe that was Richie's contribution. And I had South Alabama, which also we know did not hit. That was my contribution. So the parlay moves on for another day.
We will get that second win.
Indeed, we will. All right, that brings us into this week's games, starting in the NFL on Thursday Night Football. Kirk Herbstreit and Al Michaels on the call as the Broncos travel a little bit west to take on the Chargers. Chargers favored by 3, over under 42.5.
I
Jim?
don't.
I am leaning very, very hard on the Broncos here.
I will be on the Broncos.
Does it for me.
I'll stay away from this game if I was
Ooh.
selecting.
Why?
Just at some point, I think the Chargers have to kind of circle back, but
I kind of
it's
felt that too.
minus 3, right? Chargers
Yep.
are -3. Yeah.
Yeah, and make sure that you guys are looking at this because I pulled these yesterday. So there could be some line changes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I love this part.
What? I'm telling you.
I love checking the lines. It's my thing.
I know. I am well aware. That's why I want to make sure you were on
Contribution to
attention.
It's now 2.5. 2.5. Alex, does it change your opinion?
Nope.
I mean, if you guys are going the other way. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this. I'm gonna stay away from Thursday Night Football. I'm not gonna sit here and like put any red flags up against what you guys are doing. Chargers, ever since J.K. Dobbins went down, have not had a stellar running attack. Broncos, we know, are playing pretty good football right now. So this week is the start of Saturday football, December Saturday football in the NFL. We got the teams that
Screw the
are.
college football playoffs. This is our time.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit about this on this week's regular episode, Richie. What are your thoughts on the NFL just saying screw it to everything and just saying every day is our day?
So isn't the first round, is that Saturday? Isn't there games on Saturday?
Yeah. And
Well,
and they took Christmas, which used to be the
I
NBA.
mean, they don't care. I mean, they really don't. They're only competing with themselves. I don't love it, but I see why they probably did it this time because they had to get Christmas games on, and you only have to do that just to get the Saturday games because I know the Steelers are playing on Saturday and Wednesday. So I understand why they did it because they couldn't do Sunday, Wednesday.
Mhm.
So I'll be interested to see what they do next year
Yeah, like
on
depending
it,
on when the date of Christmas falls.
right? Because it's probably on Thursday next year, or it's either Thursday or Friday. So um, I don't know. I mean, because I think isn't I thought I heard somebody say maybe it was on the McAfee show or something where it's like an unwritten rule they don't play games on Fridays at all. Like there's like a
Oh yeah, that's like
because of high
the high
school
school
because of high
football,
school.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're just going to take over every day. And I mean to be honest, I'm down for it. Like I don't care what day they play on.
It's not a written rule. Guess what? Roger's gonna figure it out.
Let me write it in.
All right, in Saturday football, we have the Texans at the Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 3.5, over under 40.5.
Hmm.
I'm riding them Texans, boys. I don't care what Patrick Mahomes' status is. Give me the Texans plus them points.
I think I would agree with you because
Every-
you're taking the chance that he either A doesn't play at all or B re-injures it in the game, and the Texans might win outright even if he does play the whole game.
Correct.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Taking all those sides into account. Any other thoughts on this game, Jim? Texans? You're a
Oh, I
fan?
know. I was going to take it, but then the hesitation is like the Chiefs always seem to sneak away.
Right. This could be a 2-point game. And it's 3.5, so even if it's a field goal game, guess what, Jim? Ding ding, that 3.5, the hook in your favor.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
All right. Other thoughts, Alex?
No, I think for now I'm going to stay away.
All right, another Saturday football. Richie? I don't know if there was a thought coming in there.
Oh, no, no, no.
All right.
There's not a lot going on in here.
Steelers at Ravens. Ravens favored by 6.5 over under 44.5.
I'm surprised the Steelers or I'm sorry, the Ravens are favored by that much.
Really?
It's the Ravens at
Yeah,
home. George Pickens out, TJ Watt questionable.
yeah, I guess you're right.
Um, this is definitely a Ravens spot. I would say the smarter money is probably going to be on the Ravens. I'm going to stay away just because I don't want to bet against the Steelers, but this is for the Steelers, this is for the division. They
But
win the
these
AFC
games
North.
are all, dude, they have had Duck Hodges throwing balls. They've had Mason Rudolph, Mitch turn it over, Trubisky. Like they've had every quarterback known to man also win games against the Ravens.
At home.
Yeah, but I mean they're like they've won 9 of the last 10 against the Ravens. Mind you, Lamar hasn't always played in those games,
Right.
and the games are typically within 3 points. It's 6.5, right?
Yeah.
So
I think listen,
listen, I was off the Steelers last week because I felt like they were going to sort of get crushed, dominated from the Eagles.
you were
I
correct.
think there's a sort of a bounce back spot. I mean, I could see them winning this game outright, like 17-14 or something like that. I think they could hold Lamar again,
Yeah.
but I'm probably staying away though. But also,
Alex.
Oh, I'm staying away because I don't like betting on the Steelers. I don't hate taking the Steelers plus the points here, to be honest, but
I thought for sure you would.
not a big bet on my own team kind of guy.
This is a stretch for the Steelers that I honestly don't want any part of it. What is it? 3 games in 10 days, 3 games in 11 days. The Steelers, the Chiefs, those Christmas Day games. I'm just
but think about it. If they win this, they're putting all the eggs in this game, right? So they probably didn't play some folks. They didn't work some folks out last week because they whatever. Because this game's the only game that really matters of the three. If they win this game, they're probably going to sit folks next. I think they would likely like if they win this game and TJ's still not 100%, he won't play against the Chiefs.
oh, you just imagine the implosion if TJ Watt, George Pickens, Patrick Mahomes don't
Oh, yeah,
play in
don't
the
play a
Christmas Day
Christmas
game.
Day. Oh yeah, that's rough. I didn't think about that, but
Be absolutely nuclear situation. Rogers in there, just like, what the hell, guys? Give me more peanut M&Ms. I need to drown my sorrows in this. Um, yeah, Jim, thoughts on that game?
No, I'm staying away.
All right. This brings us to Sunday NFL football. The Browns traveling to Cincinnati for the in-state matchup against the Bungles. Bungles favored by 7.5 over under 46.5. James Winston out. DTR in.
DTR in, huh?
Probably like the Bengals here.
I am doing it. Give me the Bengals 7.5.
I am staying away, and I'm very cautious to take the Bengals if I were you guys.
Why?
This is a feeling like a Browns catchy game.
You really think DTR is the guy?
I the Browns are due for one of those. Oh, we played better than we should have, and the Bengals are due for one of those. Oh, we shit the bed, and this seems like a perfect storm.
Um, Noted. Still doing it.
I
Yeah,
would hammer the Bengals in this game. Jim, don't choose violence against me right now, okay?
no, I'm not. I that's fair. You're the expert. I'm
No,
just
no, 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 no. I'm not. I say that because the Bengals have to win. DTR's plans, no Jameis, and Chubb's out, right? Broke his
Yeah,
foot.
Chubb's gone.
So, and they're sort of trying to find their way to make sure that they can get a decent draft pick, I think. I think they lose. They most certainly lose this game. I don't think there's really a way Cleveland wins this game. So, I mean, the half point is really not. Maybe you buy the half and make it 7, but I could. The Browns defense has also not been good at all. So.
I'm doing it. I'm going down with the ship on this
It's
one.
like 35-10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next we have the Cardinals at the Panthers. Cards favored by 4.5, over under 46.5.
No,
Call of Duty come
Call of
out this
Duty.
week? Call of Duty come out? Was there an
He's still
upgrade?
playing. He's still playing.
Uh,
There's some patches that got to go through, I'm sure.
uh, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this game. Yeah, I think these are two teams. The Panthers were trending slightly upward. I'm not gonna say upward, but they were at least trending competitive. And then last week, just shit the bed. And then the Cardinals were kind of looking like, maybe they're gonna make a little bit of a jump towards this playoff run. And now nobody knows. So,
Cardinals are. I never understand like what's going on. Like I never know if they're gonna win, if they're gonna
Yep.
lose. Like I don't know. They're just one of those teams for me that I
Yep.
really like to bet on.
And they've
next,
gotten worse for us as a show over time. Like Muff was very confident, and then
well, it was the Cardinals in the
it's
first half of the
waned.
season under Cliff Kingsbury. Like that was the play. Cardinals were underdogs most of the time, taking plus the points first half of the season, and then you start to stay away from them in the second half because they just. I mean, that this seems to be a Cliff Kingsbury thing, right? His
Very
teams, whether he's
strong.
the head coach or the offensive coordinator, don't necessarily start to show up once you get to the second half of the season. And
Start
no
strong, shit the bed.
bingo.
What you're getting at.
Yeah. So staying away. Eagles at Commanders. Eagles favored by 3.5, over under 45.5. Give me the Eagles.
I was just gonna say
Rush to my
if the
veins.
Eagles play like they did last week,
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Yeah, I agree.
Straight
I
into
think they're probably the best team in football, from an overall perspective.
yeah, I'll agree to that. As far, yeah, having both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Um, and according to Dominique Foxworthy,
Yes,
Foxworth, Foxworth, not Foxworthy. Jalen Hurts has pretty privilege.
I did see that.
I'm still not
Yeah.
sure how to define it, but um, apparently that's the thing. But the Commanders, I believe, are in a similar spot, Jim, as the Chargers, that they have not fared well against teams with winning records.
Okay.
So I'm going to take the Eagles to cover. Next, Giants at the Falcons. Falcons favored by 7.5, over under 41.5. Falcons say, "Welcome to the show, Michael Penix Jr. Here's your start against the lowly Giants."
Stay. I would probably stay away. I mean, how are you going to get a read on the Falcons? I mean, can't be
yeah.
worse than I guess than Kirk, but who's
Yeah.
starting for the Giants? Like me
Is it Timmy
or
Boyle? It's got to be Timmy Boyle, right?
I think yeah, I saw he
Like
I
I
don't
think
keep
I,
much into
that's
the Giants. I'm not keeping up much on this time of the year with the New York Football Giants. Um,
Agreed.
I'm not sure it matters.
Yeah, I'm staying away from this one all the way away. Other thoughts?
no, I'm with you guys. We're staying away.
If the spread was like 6.5, I might take the Falcons.
Yeah, that's fair. Next, the Titans at the Colts. Colts are by 3.5, over to 42.5. Believe Mason Rudolph is starting. I know Will Levis is not starting, and I don't know who QB3 is, so I'm just going to assume that old Mason's going to go out there and
Yeah,
get the
I think
nod.
I heard that as well. I think that they said that he was starting this week.
That makes me not want to do anything even more. Not that I
Yeah,
was going to do anything with Will Levis at the helm, but I'm going to stay all the way away.
agreed.
Agree.
I think Mason Rudolph has like this. Uh, he doesn't have the the track record to prove it, but he's got like this Jameis Winston feel to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could come in, throw for 4 touchdowns, but also throw through 2 to 3 interceptions, or just come out and throw 3 interceptions.
Yeah, that's a good take.
So staying away. Lions traveling to Chicago, take on the Bears. Lions favored by 6.5, over under 47.5.
I like the Lions here. I'm back on them. I think they beat the Bears by a touchdown.
A lot of people that I've listened to saying the opposite, Alex. I am
So
not going to go with the opposite of this. I'm going to go with the over.
What's the over under 47.5?
Just for the mere fact that I think Caleb Williams can actually put up points in this game over the Lions defense that is on like
Life support.
yes.
But
I
even if
just
it's a track meet for me back and forth, I think it ends with the Lions getting a touchdown.
I, that's fine, Alex. As long as it's a track meet, I don't care what the outcome is.
Fair enough. I
Other thoughts on this game?
I like the Lions. I think if I was betting a side, if I was taking a side, I would take the Lions side. Let me say
Yeah,
that.
it's fair. Other thoughts?
No.
Rams at the Jets. Rams favored by 3 over under 46.5. Rams traveling across the
Hammer
country.
the Rams. I am on the Rams. I think they're going to make a run. I don't think they looked great necessarily against the 49ers, but that defense was still, I mean, also a player for the 49ers was like, nah, I'm good. Like
Right.
Greenlaw got hurt. He was like, actually, I'm good. There's a lot of, I think there is a, I'm not trying to get us on some down some rabbit hole. There is a lot of dysfunction for the 49ers. It all
Yes.
started with the Ayuk stuff earlier this year, and man, it feels like that's just, it's, I'll be interested to see what they do with Shanahan at the end of the year.
The only thing that hasn't popped up is like I haven't seen anything about Kyle Juszczyk. Like he's the only player that is notable for that team that I haven't heard anything about.
Correct.
He
Correct.
just stays out of the drama and
Yeah, I was
says
gonna say he strikes
his
me.
because
Is his wife,
his
his
wife's the
wife
one that
make
makes all the
jackets or
jackets,
something?
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's like,
yeah,
I can't screw up her business.
yeah.
Gotta stay away from this.
Correct.
Uh,
Sorry, took us on a rabbit hole. Hammered the Rams. I think they're gonna make some noise come the end of the year.
They're on my list of potentials.
I'll take us down a rabbit hole of sorts. Enigma is out. Aaron
Oh my
Rodgers
God.
docuseries. I've only watched the first 20 minutes of the first episode. Richie is ahead of me. Um, seems to be a polarizing reaction. That's all I'm gonna say. Jim, are you gonna watch this?
Nope.
You're not even like any type
No
of.
Muff. Not watching it.
I will say it is like it's interesting to see sort of things about his life and why he is the way he is. Um, I don't necessarily care for Rodgers since all this stuff has kind of sort of played out in the last couple of years, just because I think he's been super aggressive. I'm not necessarily sure why, but clearly not on the football field because he only holds the ball for about zero point 0.3 seconds. But um, yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's a decent watch. I've watched the first two and a half episodes or whatever, so I think it's a decent watch if you're trying to just get to know him. But Jim, if you don't give a rip about him, I mean,
I
then
hate the
don't
man.
waste 3 hours.
Muff makes me hate him every time I'm on the show.
Are you gonna watch a Ryan Day docuseries when it comes out?
No.
Ooh, that's interesting. Um, any other
Got
thoughts on this
one.
game? Rams, Jets, Alex, Jim,
I lean Rams. They're a leaner for me.
Jim.
Richie made me like the Rams. Like I might bet money on that day with the Rams, but no, I'm gonna stay away.
Okay. Vikings at Seahawks. Vikings favored by 3 over under 42.5. We have an update on Gino's status.
I don't think he's missing. Just don't.
Alex, was
No,
that like a
Did you just die?
was
Like
that a
what the
clear
fuck
your
was
throat
that,
because it's a
buddy?
WU player we're talking poorly
no,
about,
that
or
was like I just genuinely had to clear my throat to be honest.
We're on a podcast.
talk about aggressiveness?
We
I
have to
had to
mute
clear
the
my
mic.
let me clear my throat. Thank you, Richie, for playing
You
along.
can mute the mic. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Fuck off,
Da-da-da-da.
Jim. Pull that. Oh, fuck off.
So Gino's playing.
I think so.
To be fair, the only thing that I know maybe why he's playing is because I have him on fantasy as my backup, and I didn't see out or a
Okay.
questionable tag. So that is my
Yeah,
source.
I don't think that there was any like major injury.
Okay.
He was
Uh,
hurt, not injured.
it's good call. Um, yeah, I want to take the Vikings in this game, but I don't know why I don't.
Yeah, Muff, I agree.
I just
I
don't
know
know
the
why I
hand you
don't.
have.
I don't understand this one.
Hmm.
Why I'm not gonna hammer it, but I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna
It's
stay
kind
away.
of a weird line, right?
Yeah, it's that
Like
three
it's
mark.
it's like take the Vikings, but I don't know. Sam Darnold's looked good this year, man. He has looked really good
And I'll
in
tell you, I
most
don't.
games.
Yeah, and I don't know enough about the Seahawks secondary. Like, I feel like if I knew more about them, I would feel more strongly, one way or the other. Like if I knew that they were a mediocre secondary, I'd be like, oh yeah, let's hammer this home. Um, because the Vikings have the full complement now. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, all there,
Yeah, and Aaron Jones has run the ball good. This
right?
this most recent game, he was running it
Hey,
well. So
he takes care of his business.
yeah,
What's that, Alex?
He takes care of his business.
He does. He does. But I'm gonna stay away. Patriots at the Bills. Bills favored by 14 and a half, over under 46 and a half. I, at this point, do we just take Bills overs? Just because we
just the
have
team
to?
total, the team total, or just the game,
I think you could just take the game
all of
and the
it,
team
just
total,
all of it.
and just stack them on
He
top of each other.
It's 46 and a half. They might by themselves score 47.
Right. We have a weather report? Let me know about the weather in Buffalo.
I'll take a look.
I know it's going to be a little cold here, so it wouldn't surprise me if there's some kind of snowy situation. Let
Some
me see if
lake,
there's anything on
some
the
lake snow.
predicted yet. Yeah, because I think here it's only gonna be like
Just
27 coming
yeah,
up.
it's 8-0, just cloudy, high
It's
18.
17, yeah.
Hmm. I may tangle with that over, just because. Any thoughts on this game?
No, I don't hate that over pick.
I
If
think
it's
it's a
already
smart pick. I don't know that I would mess with it.
That to be honest, if it was 13 and a half, I'd take the Bills. 14 and a half is like some backdoor late touchdown when it means absolutely nothing to get it to 14.
It only
And
means something to Drake May.
and then you flip a desk over and it's just not good.
not that you've done that before, but if you had,
Correct.
you would know
Right.
that
That's
that would be
probably
a good
Jim. That's
situation.
probably Jim on the violent
Now,
situation.
see, yeah.
I was gonna say, are you really gonna argue this right now?
No.
That's not Jim's MO though. Jim's MO is do something with a knife.
Oh, yikes.
Muff, we're just spilling all the tea here. Good
I'm not
grief.
saying you hurt other people.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Well,
think we
let's
should clarify
clarify that
probably
shit.
Well, go ahead
I have never hurt anyone
with a
with
knife.
my
with a knife.
with a knife. Whew.
Seemed like there's a lot of backstory here.
Yeah.
On to the next game.
49ers at the Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 1.5, over under 44 and a half. I I don't
I
know.
don't want anything to do with this.
I don't want anything to do with it either, even though the Dolphins should be the pick. They're not going to be for me. You stay
Good.
away.
Good.
Stay all the way away.
Yeah, this
Alex?
is like drama-filled chaos, and this is no drama for your mama. Don't pay it.
Jags at the Raiders. Raiders favored by 1.5, over under 39.5. In
Again,
the
nothing to do with this.
why is this game on the schedule?
Can we bet a tie on this game? 3-3 ties.
3-3. If
Maybe take
someone
the
wins,
under. I think I'd take the
it's
under in this
30.
game.
You know, 3-2. 3-2 game?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Late safety.
Late.
Yeah, under,
Covers.
under if anything.
The team that's winning
Yeah.
lets the ball go out of the back of the end zone. That way they don't give them good field position.
Correct. 5 seconds left, hike it, and they just run out of the back of the end zone,
Yeah.
Dan Orlovsky style.
Bingo. And in Sunday Night Football, we have the Bucks at the Cowboys. Bucks favored by 3.5, over under 48.5.
I like the Bucks here. I don't know that I want to bet it though.
Yeah, Sunday Night Football. Cowboys
That's
are
what I was gonna say.
still playing for something.
If it wasn't Sunday night and the Cowboys didn't have that chance going, I'd say Bucks, but it makes me nervous. Primetime games, sometimes you never
I,
know.
I mean, I feel like all I'm doing is picking favorites today. But I'd take the Bucks in this game as well. They're playing good football, man. Like, I know that they played the Chargers last week, but to hang 40 on that defense, I mean,
Right.
it's not like they scored a bunch of fluky
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, but Baker is like sort of what you were talking about earlier. He could throw for 4 TDs and just absolutely light it up. And Sunday night, I think he's more likely to shine than Cowboys are. I'll take the Bucks here.
Take Baker over Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away. And Monday Night Football, Saints at the Packers. Packers favored by 14.5, over under 42.5.
I think we're allowed to flex these games.
I believe they are, and yet they've chosen. I feel like with the Christmas games, I feel like
It's
they
like
didn't want to
just
flex too much.
yeah.
There's not really any great games this week though.
Aside
Eagles
from
Commanders maybe.
Saturday's the best day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like who cares about m most of these games if you're not putting a little
I feel like that
cash, a little cheddar.
whenever the like Steelers play on Saturday or anything that's not Sunday, it like throws my family for a loop because we're very like watch the Sunday Steelers game together people.
I was gonna say West Virginian, but that works too.
I mean, we are very West Virginian.
Change is not your thing.
Well, no.
Okay. That's the pot calling the kettle black, Jim. You as a human, not as an Ohioan, as a human, not the most accepting of change.
Mm, yeah, you're not wrong.
As a human, that's not Ohio. That's not an Ohio thing.
No,
And
absolutely not.
lumping a whole state into this conversation, I feel like it's a bit much.
Mm, yeah, no, I'm still very adamant that while I don't claim to be from West Virginia, that's a West Virginia thing, and I may have that trait.
Fair enough. All right, that wraps up the NFL slate, which brings us into college football, starting with some bowl games tonight, Thursday night. The RNL Carriers New Orleans Bowl.
Wow.
Georgia Southern taking on Sam Houston State. Georgia Southern favored by 5.5, over under 48.5. I
Yeah.
have nothing. I don't. I put the bowl games in here because they're happening, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna take any of these guys.
What I know of the situation, I would lean Georgia Southern.
You gonna take Gasso?
Yeah, from what I know, that's what I would do.
Like a player could be getting paid off for this game.
Yeah, yeah.
Given your
Right.
South
Don't follow
Alabama
along.
research, I I hear you. I'm not listening. I'm gonna stay away.
I hear you. I'm not
Right.
listening.
Right.
There's noise, but who knows what's gonna happen in the next 24
Recognize that
hours.
you're speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. This brings into Friday action in the bowls. Um, we also have the first game of the college football playoff, in the Staff DNA Cure Bowl in Florida land, Richie.
Mm. Home game for Jacksonville State, it looks like. I mean,
Ohio versus Jacksonville State. Ohio favored by 3.5, over to
I
54 and
mean,
a half.
But Jacksonville State lost their coach.
Yeah. Did they lose
they
any
did.
players, Alex? Has that been confirmed?
I don't know yet.
I like Ohio
Th-
here.
I think I would take that side. They're bound to at least have players that don't play in this game, right?
Yeah.
Ohio does well in a bowl.
I feel like in games they do. They do. I'll give you that. But I feel like in these kind of games, like, why not play? Like, there's not like any like NFL prospects necessarily. I mean, I shouldn't say that. There could
What?
be.
Yeah, I'm gonna caution you for a second, and I'm gonna throw in the Ohio State knowledge.
Okay.
The I'm calling it the draft portal because it's what it is at this point.
Oh, it's a free agency
There,
portal. It's not the draft portal. It's a free
yeah,
agency portal.
there are bigger schools
That's a good point. I was thinking NFL.
grabbing up players.
Hmm.
Like Ohio State was looking at offensive linemen from UConn, like actively trying to get people from UConn. So like
I got you.
maybe, but
Yeah,
I so
tryout type situation here.
My brain is not yet conditioned to think that way.
yeah, it's It's disgusting. Like I had to turn off my Twitter and tell people to stop talking to me because like the conversation here in Columbus about the portal, well, there was more talk about that and what small school offensive lineman weighing 300 pounds and was 6'7" was the topic for the last 3 days. So
Not the
I
fact that you're in the college football playoffs.
not at all. Not at all.
Do you get the
Ugh.
transfer portal is a big deal right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this game. Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. Tulane versus Florida. Florida
I
favored
want
by 13
Tulane
and
to
a
win
half.
so bad. So bad. I'm not gonna bet it, but God, I'm gonna be watching it.
See,
This is in my backyard
I
actually. This
consider
game is in
putting
Tampa.
Tulane plus the points here.
Florida's looked pretty good last few
I
the later
know.
half of
I
the year.
know.
And I'm assuming I don't know. I feel like they're in like that spot where a lot of their players are gonna stay because they
Florida,
haven't that yeah, because they haven't had that good of a year. That
the
they've got
coach is also like inspiring. I
a
could see him getting commitments.
yeah. So I
I
just
mean, they'll probably steal some of the Florida State players, would be my
That's
guess.
happening across the board.
I
I
mean,
don't know if we really want those players, but
Yeah, that's true too.
yeah, I don't
uh
know. I don't know enough about Tulane in this situation. I think Florida wins the game. I just don't 7-10 maybe where they find themselves.
And again, like we haven't done the research like I did last week, so like we could get sniped and be last minute dropouts.
Yeah.
that's it. Friday night, the first game in the 12 team version of the college football playoff. It's in the state of Indiana as Indiana travels to South Bend to take on Notre Dame. Notre Dame favored by 7.5, over under 51.5.
I lean Indiana.
I will be staying away, I think.
Oh, you can't stay away.
Like, you
Like you
can.
can stay away. I like don't think of your best bet, but like give me something.
Oh, I would say Indiana probably plus the points would be what I would be hoping for.
My guy.
Touchdown Jesus, boys. Touchdown Jesus on a Friday night. Notre Dame to cover.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it happening, but I'm rooting for Indiana, so I'm pretending that they have a chance.
I still think it's kind of weird. Indiana, nobody still really knows about them. Like they lost one game to Ohio State, right? And it
Yeah.
was mostly a blow. I mean, I don't know what the
Be
final was.
careful
They won
because these
by,
are fighting words here.
well, they mostly blew them out, right? They won by 21 or 17 or something, right?
Ask
Ohio
Muff
State
if
did.
that's okay.
Uh-oh. Did I?
Okay, first, the context here, Richie, is that Jim said that Ohio State dominated Penn State. I don't think he used the term blew them out. And I said, hold the fucking phone, buddy. It was a touchdown game.
You know Muff's passionate when he starts dropping the F-bomb on the show.
I said it was a 7 point game. I don't know if we're because he said Indiana did just the same thing, was very similar in how the game played out as Penn State's game played out. And I said, I do not think that is accurate. Indiana, I will say, if we're going to use this as a comparative tool, the punt game is what kept Indiana out of being competitive in their game against Ohio State. Not the further punting woes. I think it was a more competitive game. So yes, Indiana only loss is to Ohio State.
And they lost. It was almost a 3 touchdown game, right? When it was
Correct.
all said and done, it was that, right?
Correct. Yeah.
I mean,
That was the big thing at the end.
I think Indiana is 1 or 2 years early. Signetti's done a really good job, but I think I'd take Notre Dame here. They've been good since who did Notre Dame lose to like third week?
Northern Illinois. They lost to the
Yeah, on
Salukis.
some yeah.
Not the Salukis.
They were pretty good I mean, they
Huskies.
were fairly dominant after that. So I'd
Yeah.
take Notre Dame here.
Richie, have you seen any of the scuttlebutt about Quinn Ewers
Oh
and
my.
maybe a multi-million
Oregon
dollar deal coming to the Big Ten? There's speculation that he's gonna potentially be moving on from Texas at the end of the year.
going to Oregon.
He's going to Oregon. Or he's
No.
going
That
to Ohio
is
State.
That's the speculation is
no.
that
God damn it!
yeah, is there
Don't
is
buy into this.
there is a $3 to $4 million deal from an unnamed Big Ten team for Quinn Ewers next year.
I, but he's already getting some. I mean, he's getting good. Okay, first off, we got to get past this week. If they make it to let's say the Final Four,
Yeah.
he's not leaving Texas, right? I mean,
Yeah, I
they'll
think.
shell out whatever.
Yeah, he's gonna
They've
go.
sucked. They've sucked for so long. Texas, they like Vince Young, great, but also they've sucked for like 20 years.
He will be leaving.
Jim is totally bought into this narrative
Just
now.
because he doesn't want to share the Arch Manning.
Whether it's the NFL or another team, he's going.
Or do
He's
you
not in
think
Texas.
Texas is like, hey, buddy, time for you to enter the portal after
Yes, they
this year
are. That's what they're
because we're
doing.
looking for Arch to get
They
up in
want to
there.
start Arch.
Okay, I could buy into that narrative more than I could buy into somebody's forking out 3 to 4 million to pull him away. I'm on the narrative of Texas is like, appreciate all your efforts, but also
Get out.
there's the
Yeah,
door, buddy.
there
Maybe
goes.
might hang into Rich Rod, might slide over into WVU
Hey,
territory.
we will take you. I mean, I don't know that we have millions to give you, but we will
He's
take
gonna
you
have to grow the mullet back.
for free.
Oh yeah, that would be yeah.
Mandatory.
Sign me up for that. Sign me up for that.
We will give you a full ride, no questions asked when yours.
I don't think he cares about the full ride.
That's what it is.
He wants the millions, Alex. Full ride, I think, is
Don't
just
put ideas in his head.
Okay, to go back
unlimited beer in downtown Morgantown.
back to the Tulane Florida thing real quick. Tulane is without their starting quarterback, and Florida is without their top two defensive backs.
God, those kind of cancel each other out, don't they?
Well, no, the summation here is Tulane cannot throw the ball with their current quarterback. And the spread went up from 9.5 to 13.5 because of that quarterback situation.
That's what I was going to ask what the game started at. So
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say we're still on the right side of that. If you can get it before 14, I feel like you're in a good spot.
Yeah, that pretty much summed up to the Tulane bet is not a thing.
Stay away. Stay
Yeah.
away. College football first round games on Saturday, starting in Happy Valley with the whiteout. SMU at Penn State. Penn State favored by 8.5, over under 53.5. Come to Penn State. Give me the Nittany Lions to cover.
Oh,
Jim?
I'm taking SMU.
Impressive to
Yeah.
say.
I'm also on SMU here.
Yay.
I'm not taking
I don't think
this.
they win. I don't think SMU wins the football game, but
Yay.
Yay!
James
Hey,
Franklin, big time
boys.
game. He did sort of prove himself against Oregon. They played pretty well in that game.
See? Huh.
Outside of
Hear
the
that,
first
Jim?
quarter.
Hear that, Jim?
Outside of the first quarter when they
You
were
want to rip
getting
into him?
housed.
You want to rip into Richie about this?
For what? What did I say about the Oregon game, Muff? Please.
Whenever I said the same thing, it was
What did Alex?
Alex, you be the middle
The
person here.
mediator. The
Whenever I
mediator,
said
Alex.
whenever I said that Penn State played well, Jim said to me,
I don't
Doesn't
remember the
remember.
exact quote.
"You don't need to quote paraphrase it, Alex.
Because
Jesus
I didn't
Christ!
say anything.
Oh, you said things.
I think that Jim doesn't appreciate whenever Muff has quote unquote moral victories.
Correct.
I don't know. Dad,
Alex, God damn you! You
I'm
need to be a little
opening.
more.
My apologies for opening up any wounds.
Oh, you didn't
that
open it up.
were-
It's been there. It's been there.
Just been waiting to be addressed. Yeah. I'll take SMU though. I think they cover. I think they're a good football team.
Okay, we'll see. We will see. Alex, thoughts? You said nothing.
I'm rooting for Penn State, but I'm not really sure that I have any thoughts as far as where my money will go.
All right.
Penn State's not to me a huge covering machine all the time, so I get leery about that. But I think the Penn State wins this game, and I'll be rooting for them.
In 4 o'clock start, I believe. Clemson at Texas. Texas favored by 11.5, over to 51.5.
There's a part of me that wants to go with the over in this game. I think Texas can get into a high scoring game. I think that Tennessee, if their offense comes out and it's the good version of the Tennessee offense, uh, then it could be.
Alex, they're in the SEC now. You can't use Big 12 terms to
Sorry,
describe
I didn't mean
Texas.
Tennessee. Texas. I know. But I think Texas can put up points. Clemson contributes a little. I either am going to go with Texas to cover or the over under.
This is like the one game of all of these that I do not feel strongly about.
I just feel like I want to get some kind of college action in here, and this is probably what I would feel most confident doing.
I like
Jim,
Clemson here.
Clemson plus those points.
Yeah, it's a lot of point. 11. That I mean, uh, Clemson's been a little all over the map this year, but
What I've listened to, I don't think I've read much, but I've listened to that people think that the Dabo experience in the big game actually means something in this one.
Fair enough.
But I obviously not strongly enough for me to do anything with it. Jim?
I will not put money on this game for fear of like if I lose and Dabo wins, like that's a sad Jimbo, not a sad Dabo.
Jimbo.
That's fair. So like the best thing for you if you were to do something in this game, one would be taking over under, but it would be like Clemson plus the points because you could win a bet and still have a sad Dabo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm with you. I'm not going anywhere near this game. In the nightcap in Columbus, Ohio, Tennessee travels to the shoe to take on Ohio State. Ohio State favored by 7.5 over under 46.5 points. Jim, what is the thoughts, feelings, emotions, sentiments in Columbus land?
I think they all think Ohio State will win. I've not heard anything about this, like how they feel by how much. There's a lot of confidence. I think it's confidence because of where it's being played. Um,
Has it become a
yeah,
felony yet for Tennessee to plant the flag if they win?
no.
Okay, not yet.
I think
Yeah,
if we had
Alex.
to like
Yeah.
talk about my only real takeaway from the Ohio State fan base on this game is I'm shocked at how shocked Ohio State fans are at Tennessee fans.
Shocked in what way?
They're like, those Tennessee fans are ridiculous. And I'm like, what?
Where have you been?
Like,
What
we
are you
can't
saying?
talk about them.
Oh,
That's
you're saying look in a mirror.
like they are the southern version of us. What are you talking about? Like you can't bitch about them.
It's a look in
Not
the mirror,
okay.
look in the mirror situation.
They are literally like that Spider-Man meme. Like
Yeah.
you can't say shit.
I'm
So
proud of you.
is it because they just have not really been good for a long time?
I'm proud of you for admitting that, Jim.
probably.
And but like they still hold on to that they are good, but they've really not been good since Peyton Manning. I mean,
No, I you know what,
they've
Richie?
had their spurts, but like
No, I won't even go that far. I think it's the tribalism of like they are so visceral
mm,
and they're angry and they get angry over the weirdest shit. And then when they do well, it's they get into it so hard and their memes are so good and they talk so much
mm.
shit that it's on Ohio State's level, man.
Is it
Like
because they don't have anything there? Like no, okay.
much
Also,
like
no offense to
Columbus.
Ohio State, but like the NFL teams in Ohio,
Yeah,
not the best of track records. So you're
yeah,
putting all your eggs into the
yeah,
Ohio State bucket, and Tennessee is like, we have nothing really. I mean, the Titans, I know,
yeah,
but like, let me put all my eggs in the Tennessee bucket.
yeah. Very similar.
Why WVU fans are the way they are. But it makes sense as to why Penn State fans are a little more relaxed.
Because they have the Steelers
Yeah.
and the
Potentially in the
Eagles.
Eagles.
The Eagles
Yeah,
and a lot of other like bigger
and
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 they're
conferences.
and Pitt's not really that way either. Pitt, like, they're not.
No,
and Penn
they're
You're
like Steeler fans that happen to watch Pitt on Saturday.
and half of Penn
right.
State's Amish, right?
They don't even have TVs.
They find out from the
Half
birds.
of the state of Pennsylvania. Is that what you're talking about? Quakers?
Quakers, that's it.
I mean, there's the Amish there too. Don't get me wrong, but you're talking about Quakers,
Quakers, my fault.
like the oats.
Yeah.
So Ohio State
Um,
win this game or what?
Mm,
Jim?
I said on the other show, Ohio State loses by 3.
Yeah.
You're not a fan. You're not a real fan. I was on that show. You are not a fan, Jim. You're I don't know you that well, but also
I've never.
is that why you're choosing violence? You're just like preparing yourself for
Oh, I'm gearing up
Saturday?
for it.
Okay.
So if you're stating this and you're expecting it, is that going to make you less upset, angry, whatever emotion you're going to be feeling
Yeah.
because you've prepped
No,
yourself?
he's
Oh,
lying.
I've done the prep work. Hmm.
Now, if they win, what is the emotion going to be? Relief? It can't be relief because you're not expecting them to win, so it'd have to be excitement.
Relief
But what's the relief if you're expecting them to lose? Like you
that
would
we
have.
got through that first one, and you know what I mean?
So
Because
you're
there's
just
some.
your expectations are they're going to lose every round here. And so it's like, oh, okay, we got through.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's expecting the worst, hoping for the best.
And I think if Ohio State gets through Tennessee and then gets through Oregon, at that point there's excitement.
So let's say I wasn't on the other show, so I may
Mhm.
not know what you guys
No,
discussed.
you're good. You've gotten the gist so far.
Okay. At what point does Ryan Day get canned? This week?
If he gets,
If they lose this week?
there's an interesting scenario. I think McAfee hinted at it. There's If he got blown out by Tennessee, yes, gone. If he loses and it's close, I think he himself will entertain offers from other schools and walk himself out of there. This is Jim's opinion. And I think Vrabel is the coach in waiting.
Man, Vrabel in Ohio State, that sounds
Oh,
amazing. That
it would be so good. But I think he does the Belichick thing, and there's somebody that is managing.
Is it the general?
No.
I think that may be the last person you want in that seat.
Then we're in trouble.
If Bobby Carpenter's the program manager,
We are in trouble.
who gets the
he
NIL
he
money?
probably brings somebody, right? He probably brings somebody
I don't know because
himself.
I think like I can see Gene Smith
Mm,
maybe coming back in that scenario. I could see somebody of that stature coming back in that scenario.
Tressel come back?
No, he's like I said, I
I
think
think
he's aged
Tressel is
not well.
forever. Well, I think he's forever gone too. I don't know. I think that
I don't know if that's true either. I think knock on wood, because I think the man will live forever. I think when Archie steps away from his position, I can see Tressel taking that position as like the
Ambassador.
ambassador.
yeah, I guess something like that.
Okay, so ultimate question here. National title with Jason Day. My God, I'm getting into the golf piece.
I was gonna say
Um, Ryan Day wins national championship and you have to stick with him, or they lose in the first round and you get Mike Vrabel. Where are we going?
oh, that's a good one.
Vrabel.
Okay. You're looking long game here. We're looking long
I
game.
can't take another Michigan loss.
What if Vrabel loses to Michigan? And you can't say he won't because
If he lost to Michigan, I know that there would be fires. Like he would start his own fires. And I'd be okay with that.
Like he wouldn't wilter under the pressure of that game. Like if they lose, it's not because he can't win the big one. It's because they just lost.
Yeah, and he would have the right reaction to it.
what? Start his own fight?
He would be in the middle of it. He would do things that would make it like, oh, he's mad too. He feels what we feel. Good.
All right. I'm taking Tennessee plus the points. I'm not going to say that they win, but plus 7.5 and what I expect to be a close game. Give me the 7.5 points. Moving into other bowl games, starting on Monday, which is when we start to have games most days of the week. Actually, we'll have game every day with Christmas and everything going on. The Myrtle Beach Bowl, Coastal Carolina taking on the Meat Beeps, the Roadrunners of UTSA. UTSA fair by 8.5 over under 55.5.
I'm staying away.
Nothing to
Hold
offer.
on, but wait.
Oh
Wait.
boy. There's more.
While UTSA may be weak against the pass, okay,
We're reading a direct quote or
nope.
okay.
Coastal Carolina is sending out somebody who has never attempted a pass in college football. They will
Boy.
have 21 players in the transfer portal and 2 missing due to injury.
Coastal?
Coastal.
Yeah. Feel like this is going to be one of those. I'm going to take what you just said, and then we're going to find out Sunday night what
That
UTSA has brewed.
UTSA does 22 players in the transfer portal.
Right. I'm gonna stay away just because this information has come back to bite us. So I'm
So
gonna
take the
stay.
under 55.5.
I-
Guy can't even throw a pass. I mean,
It
maybe.
doesn't matter if there's fourth string defensive players out there.
True. If I'm
Can,
playing DB, we got problems.
can truck stick him against the mascot squad.
I think I'm taking UTSA.
Listen, you do you, buddy. I hope that it works out. I'm just not gonna follow you on this path. In the Idaho Potato Bowl, Fresno State taking on Northern Illinois. The Huskies favored by 2.5 over under 40.5.
I almost jumped on Northern Illinois, and then I realized that this is purely just because they beat Notre Dame, and I have no real reason to do that, and I decided to check myself.
Yeah, I check myself as well, staying
The
away.
over under in a college game is 40.5. Like, who is watching this game?
The people in Idaho. They
I
don't
don't-
have they don't have the Vandals to watch anymore, so we're gonna watch Fresno State taking on Northern Illinois. And last, in Tuesday, football, Christmas Eve football, correct? Yeah. Hawaii Bowl's always
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve, yeah.
Yeah,
Hawaii
yeah.
Bowl, South Florida taking on San Jose State. San Jose State favored by 4.5 over 61.5. Is Nick Nash playing? If so, and this can be confirmed, I would take San Jose State.
They're a pretty good football team, aren't they?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Nick Nash won the Triple Crown in receiving this year.
I'm not sure if he's playing or not.
You know what, boys? We're just gonna roll with it. Give me something on Christmas Eve to do. Late Christmas Eve football. I'm gonna take it. Why not?
Hopefully not canceling Christmas on this play here.
This is no whale play. This is a why not? Give me San Jose State to cover.
I don't hate it.
Staying away.
Jim, I would like you to know that I have 9 games, and a few weeks ago you accused me of laying low.
He did.
That's true. That happened.
So no longer laying low. All right, that gets us through this week's games, bringing it into our best bets, starting with Alex.
My best bets will be the Broncos plus 2.5 for the Chargers, the Clemson Texas over 51.5, Bengals minus 7.5 versus the Browns, Eagles minus 3.5 Commanders, Lions minus 6.5 at the Bears, and Rams minus 3 at the Jets.
Jim.
I'm gonna take the Broncos plus 2.5 at the Chargers, Texans plus 3.5 at the Chiefs, Lions minus 6.5 at the Bears, Indiana minus. Is it minus? Is that right?
That'd be plus.
Plus, thank you. Indiana plus 7.5 at Notre Dame, SMU plus 8.5 at Penn State, and UTSA minus 8.5 at Coastal.
I've got Notre Dame to cover 7.5 hosting Indiana, Penn State to cover 8.5 hosting SMU, Texans plus the points 3.5 at the Chiefs in Saturday football, Tennessee plus the 7.5 at Ohio State, and additional NFL action. I've got the Bengals to cover 7.5 hosting the Browns, the Eagles cover 3.5 heading to play the Commanders, Lions, Bears over 47.5, Patriots, Bills over 46.5. And in Christmas Eve football, give me San Jose State to cover 4.5 in Hawaii against South Florida.
Ah, those overs are yours. I feel like I want to jump on those.
Come on in, Jim. Water's fine.
But when you first said it, I was like, no, I don't like that. So I'm gonna stick with my gut here.
All right, let's get into our. Well, Richie, you got any locks for the week?
No, I think I'm on with you guys with the Texans. I like the Eagles -3.5 against the Commanders. Rams -3 against the Jets. Bucks -3.5 against
Yeah.
them boys.
I am gonna jump on that Rams bet though.
Brings us to our specialty picks, starting with Mike Allstott, hit stick pick of the week.
Pow, pow, pow.
Huh. Don't know if we have any common, do we?
I thought we did.
Texans? Nope.
Rams.
Nope.
Wait, you're not on the
Muff
Rams.
didn't get on the Rams.
Uh, Broncos. Not Muff.
Muff was the contrarian one this week.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with the Texans.
Games you want to toss out there, Jim?
Um, like me and Alex have the Rams. I could do that. I could do. I'm okay with the Rams. I'm okay with the Lions, and I'm okay with. I'm okay with the Eagles going in there too. Be honest with you.
Yeah, the Eagles isn't
But
bad.
Alex, pick two. We're going to the light.
Oh, I thought we weren't doing that for a while.
It's been a while. We haven't done it in like 2 or 3 weeks.
Do we need to explain the light to Richie?
Let's
Richie, the light is how we settle disputes.
Okay.
We
I'm
get
in for it. I'm in for it. I'm here for it.
do Texans Eagles. Eagles are the light.
Eagles are the light. Nick Sirianni is the light, huh?
In this situation, yes.
Non-light.
Texans.
Texans.
Texans plus 3.5. It is.
So we've just used our light for the night. Like, is that it?
I don't know. I don't know if we want to go to the light twice.
I think that was it. We were abusing the light. We were like overdoing it.
Yeah, we used it like twice in one episode, and it was a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Next,
Well,
in
no,
the
let's settle this.
we just made a pick. We can't go back.
No, I'm saying we're not going to the light anymore.
Yeah, one light per show.
One light.
Okay.
Everyone knows the rules.
The light of Genesis has spoken.
Okay.
Next, in the Midwest Mobster Risky pick of the week.
Get out of here.
Texans, Broncos.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Gotta be
Hold
one of
up.
those. It's gotta be one of those two.
That's all we got?
Yes.
Shit.
Texans and Broncos. You guys are both on the Broncos, yeah?
Yeah, but I don't. Shit.
I could do that.
There are really no dogs that look like
Super
other than
enticing.
dog shit. Maybe is more of like the
Could do the Ode to Rich Rod and take Jacksonville State. Just
Yeah, there
totally.
really isn't anything out there that's worth a shit.
Kind of funny, actually. Jacksonville State.
Somebody's on Notre Dame, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We could just go with the most ugly thing ever and pick either the 49ers or the Jags.
Nope. 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 Stick with what we got. We already got the Texans in there, so
Broncos.
Broncos.
Titans.
Okay, Broncos money line at the Chargers is the risky pick of the week.
That's probably our riskiest pick of the week, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, by definition, it is because it's a money line dog and everything else is spread or an over under.
Well, I think he means like
Of the
the
season.
riskiest risky. The risky of the risky.
It's up there somewhere. All right, next in the sell the nutting team, Bob parlay.
Buddy.
Oh yeah, we're working on our new. We're
Yeah,
shopping.
we're shopping it.
You workshopping around. All right, Texans plus 3.5 at the Chiefs is in there is the all-stat pick. Richie, you get an option here.
Give me the Eagles minus 3.5.
Good pick. Solid pick.
For now.
They
Seems
all
solid.
they, all- they
Till
all look
till
they
it's
all
4 and
look
1.
good.
Till
They
it's 4 and
all
1, and
look
I'm the one that
good.
you're cussing next week.
Yeah, I don't cuss at the guess, only Muff.
That's true. I'm next. I'm gonna take the Lions Bears over.
So one
It'll be
more
Jim.
point of clarification.
Yes.
Can I do one that's in conflict of you?
Usually in good sportsmanship, you don't.
Guaranteed loser in the parlay, Chip. Take the under in the Bears Lions game.
Well,
When you
we've
say
used
in
them.
conflict, what do you mean? You can't take the under in the Lions Bears game if
No, I'm
that's what you
saying
mean.
like you have Notre Dame. I have Indiana.
That's
I want to
fine.
put the Indiana game in there.
That's fine.
Then please put the Indiana plus 7.5 at Notre
You
Dame.
can put it in there yourself.
See? All right, I'm on it.
Alex.
I actually changed my pick. It's the Rams.
That's a better pick, I think.
Thank you.
Alex.
Make it an NFL thing.
Uh, I mean, it really only leaves me down to the Lions, the Bengals, the Broncos. I don't want to do the Broncos just because I don't want to be the one that ruins it on a Thursday night if that happens.
We already broke the curse. It's fine.
I know.
Alex, you're a lot of thought here, buddy.
Sorry, Bengals.
Okay.
I just get nervous. Yeah, I have a lot of time to think, but like I don't know what you guys are gonna take.
Ah, so heavy is the head that wears the crown that picks last in this one.
Yeah,
You took the Bungles?
yeah,
Are they even one of your best bets?
yes.
They are.
You
Browns
didn't
at
pay attention to me.
what's that?
You didn't pay attention to me.
Not when you're coloring.
You pay
Well,
attention to us?
yes, I've listened the entire time.
Okay. All right,
And
that wraps up this week's episode of Sports Stuff Betting Stuff. Who knows what next week will bring? I don't know. We got to figure out what we're going to do for recording. It's Christmas week. Who knows? TBD on when.
We typically record on Wednesdays, right? And that's Christmas Eve.
That's
It's Christmas Day.
Oh hell.
We
Let's
might
record on Christmas Eve so I don't have to wrap any presents.
I will not be present for that.
I will not acquiesce to that request because your wife will then potentially blame me.
That's fair. We can
No.
blame Alex.
I think you guys should
I
do it
just said
Christmas
I will
Eve.
not be there.
You guys
Literally, I
100% should do it Christmas Eve. Okay? I'll take the heat.
While the Hawaii game's on or the Hawaii Bowl's on.
Correct.
I
That way you
will
get a little
be
reaction.
at my
Yes.
grandparents' house.
That's even better.
Is Uncle Rod going to be there?
Yep, and Aunt Lisa.
We've had Uncle Rod and Aunt Lisa as surprise guests before.
They have, but you have to be afraid that maybe my grandmother might be.
That's why I want to do it.
You will not understand why I'm talking to a computer.
All right, that wraps up this week's episode. Thank you again, Richie, for rejoining the show, giving us your thoughts level-headed opinions, and playing referee whenever Alex does not want to.
Yeah.
When I plead the fifth, when I opt out.
Alex is in the
Oh,
transfer
transfer
portal
portal.
perpetually. Perpetually a transfer portal, looking to be picked up by a new suitor. Is Alex's
Oh,
MO.
keep coming back here until then.
Hopefully, all of the bets hit. Hopefully, the Buddy Lay, the Sell the 19 Bob Parlay. Uh,
If we don't hit as the sell and hunting team parlay, do we break out the first annual or first official Buddy Lay parlay next week to try to switch it and get that win?
I feel like we have to ride this one out.
Okay, just a thought.
I don't want the Buddy Parlay to go into next year with a
That's true.
loss.
You want to start it.
Yeah, start fresh.
Okay,
I'd
that's fair.
rather be fresh.
Okay, fair enough.
If all of these things happen and all the money hits your bank account only to be spent on Christmas fun, you'll be looking forward to your next
Payday!